Alright, welcome back to another video. I am at my first stop of the day. I'm getting ready to set up to dock it in the spot. And I'm pretty much ready to, after I drop this trailer, I'll be ready to pick up my next trailer. I'm just doing the dropping hook today. So what I'm doing there is I'm looking for a good spot to put it at. I really want to put it by more trailers. I want to put it where the other trailers are with the same company as mine instead of putting it by the Coca-Cola trailers. There's one right there, so I'm putting next to one of our trailers. Alright, I see the spot I want to put it in right there, 167. And what I'm doing is, like I always say, I just set up, turn my wheel to the right, and I'm just doing my setup method. Turn that wheel hard to the left. This really is the hardest part of trucking. Everything else is just pretty much common sense. Like, bagging is really the hardest part of trucking. If you can master bagging and setting up right, everything else just comes second nature. Like the paperwork and all that stuff is just second nature. Basically, the hardest part of trucking is just bagging. Once you have mastered bagging or got good at it, everything else just becomes easy. So when you in CDL school, the number one thing you need to do is focus on your bagging and pay attention to what they tell you. It's basically, each school does it in a different way, but the method I learned was a way towards straight. So, okay, let's see, wherever side of the cone, because when you're in school, you're right next to a cone. They make you pull up to a cone and you got to bag to a set of cones. So the method, the method they told us is a way towards straight. You always want to turn your steering wheel towards the opposite way of your cones, because you got to realize when you're bagging up, everything you want the trailer to do, you're going to do the opposite. So if you want the trailer to cut right, you're going to turn the wheel to the left. So if the cone is to your right, you're going to turn the wheel to your left. You're going to turn it towards the opposite. Once you see the daylight in the landing gear, you're going to turn towards that. And once your truck is completely straight, you're going to bag straight back, and then you're going to do the opposite again. So if I turn my wheel to the left because the cone's at the right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn to the right, and it's going to cut my trailer to the left. That way I can get into the spot. Because basically because you're setting up for offset. So now, once you did that method, your truck is going to be at the angle. And now you want to go straight into the cones without hitting the other cones. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn your wheel to the right, chase out there, and get under it. And basically, when I'm saying, I don't want to confuse y'all, but some people more hands-on when it comes to learning. I want to confuse you. But basically, if you get your CDL or you get on the yard, you'll see what I'm trying to explain to you once you actually get there. Alright, I just put my hoses and stuff up. I'm getting ready to unlock my fifth wheel. Pull on it. Alright, check to make sure it's unlocked. See, it's unlocked. How you know, to make sure the way you know it's unlocked, you will know that the fifth wheel isn't locked around the kingpin. If that locking jar isn't around the kingpin, then it's unlocked. Then the last step of uncoupling is letting the legs down. And what I'm doing is just gonna crank those down. And after that, I'll be good to drop this trail and hook up to the next one. And that's basically what we do every day. We drop trailers, hook them up. Sometimes we don't drop them on the yard. Sometimes we have to dock them in the door and get live unloaded. So it just depends. But most of the time, this is just what we do all the time. And it's pretty simple. All right, I'm letting it down. Right there. All right. Now I'm walking back to my truck. I'm good. All right. If y'all like this video, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to reach my goal. I'm trying to get to at least 100 subscribers. So, y'all just keep tapping that subscribe button because y'all watching my videos anyway. So you might as well just hit it. Peace out.